Is this thing on? It's a nice day out here today, so, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, got a little breeze going, so why not shoot a YouTube video? So, without further ado, let's do this front end review. YouTube. So, today, we're going to switch things up a little bit. I know we usually come out of the Honda Access magazine for those rare JDM parts. But today, we're going to do a JDM part still, just not out of the magazine. So what we're bringing you today is the jblood front-end conversion bumper for the EK Civic. Now, real quick, this is an expensive bumper. And now with these tariffs making things more expensive and harder to get, it just gets worse. Now, you have 3 different options you can go with if you want to get this bumper. Now, if you look closely, you can see I have the jblood bumper with the carbon fiber, lip at the bottom. It all comes as one piece. It's all attached. Okay, now if you want the carbon fiber option, it's going to cost you $1,249. But you have to pay that $125 tariff fee on top of it. Okay, now if you decide you want the option that does not have the carbon fiber and you just paint it all the way through, that's a little bit cheaper. It's only going to run you $897, but you still have to pay that $90 tariff on top of it. Now, the third option you can get is the Kevlar option. So now, if you want to have that, which will have, instead of the carbon fiber, it'll be like that Kevlar print, that one's going to cost you $1,300, and then you got to pay a $130 tariff on top of that. So I know the tariff is making things difficult now, but like we always say, you got to pay to play. Now, this is a great option because it looks basically OEM, which is the reason why I like it. You'll still get that OEM plus look. But now, for you guys that are into the speed and stuff like that, if you look, you have this big opening in the middle where easily you could fit a nice size intercooler in there, which would give it a mean look coming up behind somebody. You letting them know that, you're ready to play. You ain't come to play no games, okay? Now, me personally, I wanted more of that EDM, OEM look. So what I did was, as you know, I added the EDM headlight washers, to give it that EDM look. And then I also installed what we went over the last video, the JDM Honda Access parking pole, because, I'm more of an OEM guy going for that complete OEM, look from overseas, okay? Now, I did also, when I'm riding around, I rock the OEM hood bra, because like I said, anything OEM, especially from another country, I'm all about it. I gotta have it, okay? We finished the look off with the CTR headlights, that have the city light option and stuff like that. Now, we may be making a video because I just got sponsored by Auxito LED lights. So I'm going to be putting Auxito lights all throughout the car now since they decided to sponsor me. Now, if you need some light bulbs and you decide you want to go with Auxito, when you go to checkout, type in that discount code, Don't Panic, and you'll receive an extra 15% off of your order. You know what I mean? That's my little treat to you guys for being supporters, okay? Now, we got the good, the bad, and the ugly, of course. With this bumper, as you know, it's fiberglass. So just like anything else fiberglass, it's very, very fragile, okay? So if you're a guy like me and you're riding on air suspension, I suggest that if it's a road that you don't know, it would be very suitable and wise for you to ride on monster truck aired up, just so you don't hit nothing that you're not expecting. Because like I said, this bumper is very fragile and it doesn't take much to get a stress crack. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, maybe you're one of those guys that don't really care for air suspension. You'd rather be static, which is fine with me. I like static cars too. If you're that type of guy, I suggest you can still run the bumper, but I would suggest putting like some sort of a splitter, underneath of it, to kind of take the hit in case you have an accident, and you're not paying attention, or, there's always that bump in the road that you don't see. Stop. Like I said, I've literally had this bumper redone about 4 times because it gets stress cracks, and it's very easy to get them. It's not hard. Even when it comes down to like installing it, you don't want to put your hardware on too tight, pause, because even that can cause a stress crack. Now, I did have somewhat of some fitment issues with this bumper, and me having OCD, I like everything to be lined up perfectly. So I had to go ahead and order the Mac lift kit to put on the car to just tighten up those body lines. Now I'm gonna see if I can get in here and show you. You'll see the screw right there, okay? That's that Mac lift kit that I put on the car, just to tighten up those body lines, to give it a much cleaner look, because like I said, it does have fitment issues. I definitely recommend, taking it to like a professional body shop where they can work with it and mold it and stuff like that, to where, you won't have the body line gaps, that sometimes you get with aftermarket stuff. But in my opinion, hands down, this is the best bumper, to have if you have an EK Civic. It still gives it that OEM look, but you still get a little bit of that aftermarket appeal too. Okay? Now, here's another issue that it has. You kind of get like a gap right there where the grill and the bottom of the hood meet. Now, it doesn't look that bad because I actually have the brow on there, but if I was to take that brow off, you would see the gap, a lot more than what you do now. Matter of fact, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Okay, and we're back. Now that I've removed the brow, you see what I mean now? Like, it's just a little, tiny, it's more of a nuisance gap that you just see, because it doesn't exactly line up 100% right. Now, you might be able to get a body shop to work with it a little more, to get it a little bit better, but I'm just warning you ahead of time. A lot of the ones I've seen have this gap just above the grill and where the hood meets. Okay, I can't stand it. It bothers my OCD. So let's get rid of it. Okay, and we're back now. That looks much better. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I never try to keep y'all too long, but I will tell you, to continue to watch, continue to show support, because at some point, there's actually a story behind these side skirts. So at some point, we're going to go over those. And also, if we're doing the front and we're doing the sides, we have to obviously touch on the rear lip that's on the back of this car as well. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it all and give you guys a intel. I don't even, is that a word? Well, maybe it is, but it don't fit this video. We're going to give you a detailed description of just everything that we got going on on this car. Okay, I was about to say over this car, on this car. Okay, so continue to like, comment, subscribe, show support. I enjoy it. I appreciate it all. Trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed. Okay, keep it simple, keep it humble, keep it chew, keep it automatic. I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay, y'all stay up.